Let's do it, everyone. Last time we reacted to live match fix games. Now we're gonna check YoDa. So YoDa Prime played, and he actually match fixed the most games. So at least this guy right here, he got caught for like 5 or 6 different games / matches. So yeah, he was doing quite a lot of work. You know, match fixing left and right. He probably got the most money, to be honest, because you know he did quite a few games. But this one specifically is Pro League on Vani Research Station. So I want to see exactly what he did, and I want to see if we can spot that moment where the throws start happening. How long ago was this? This is 2015. Man, I love this map. Vani Research Station was one of my favorite maps. Okay? One of my favorite maps. I loved it so much. See, this is what I mean. Look at the voting, right? It's 85% for hero. I don't know if you guys saw. It was right here. Right here. So, like, I guess people that pay them to throw matches, like, just want to ensure that the match is thrown. I don't know. But he's not even, like, the favorite against hero. That's what's weird about this. I remember this in HOTS. So you would build a barracks, and then you would like cut the SCV a little bit to make your gas, because you wanted to Reaper as fast as you can or something like that. I can't exactly remember. What was wrong with the match that he had to fix it? So again, for those who don't know, match fixing is when someone gets paid to throw the games on purpose, and then people bet huge amounts of money on that match, on that guy losing, and that guy throws the game, and then they give him the cash for it. So, and by the way, in South Korea that's very illegal, because gaming is counted as sport. So if you match fix, you can go to jail. Okay, so far, I mean, everything's pretty normal. I wonder what goes through their mind, you know, as they're about to do the match fix. Like, I wonder if they're like, whatever, or if they're like shaking. It's pretty spooky stuff. I mean, why didn't Terrence just steal? I know, actually, never mind. I was gonna say, why didn't Terrence steal the Protoss's gas? Because the Protoss would always get 1 gas and then expand. But I know why. Because even if you do, they have a Zealot. So it's like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, Mothership Core was such a cool unit. It was broken when you could overcharge pylons. But honestly, I think it made the game a lot more interesting with Mothership Core than with shield batteries. I don't know if I'm the only one thinking this, but you could do so many like cool move outs with Mothership Core, and I don't know. Is this a recent game? No, this is 2015. This is when the whole drama with match fixing StarCraft II happened. Do you know that this exact game is with match fixing? Yes, this game is listed as the game that was match fixed and caught to be match fixed as well. So yeah, I'm sure. I mean, for now, everything looks pretty normal. Like, nothing really, you know, suspicious. So, back in the day, you didn't have oracles, you didn't have cyclones, so you didn't have adepts. So, a very common thing to do was to actually go Phoenix on this specific map. And the reason why you went for Phoenix is because you can see like the main and the natural of Protoss was so droppable that you would go for Phoenix in order to like prevent drops, and then you would go into Colossus. That was like the most common build on this map, and it was a specific build for this map. People still did it on the other maps, but on this one it was like very, very commonly used. Oh, look at YoDa. Do you see that? He's not producing SCVs. Look how far behind on SCVs he is. What the hell? And now he resumes production. He's probably like, thank God I had Phoenix on my army. I mean, right now this is looking really bad for Terran. Like, I know he has like a huge army, but this is actually pretty bad for Terran because Protoss scouted it instantly. I actually wonder if the Protoss didn't scout it with Phoenix, what he would do. Like, how would he throw the game? Maybe he would just like run into units or something like that. Because this build that he is doing is like a very explosive... Oh, he's going mech. That's how he's gonna throw the game. Mech in Heart of Swarm was terrible against Protoss. Like, it was actually terrible. Okay. Overcharge? Yeah, this is just not gonna do shit. I mean, he loses... Look at that Nexus overcharge, dude. Look at that. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, that push was terrible. Like, honestly, if he was actually wanting to win, he would have dropped 4 Hellions in natural. Even with Phoenix, he would have attacked the main and then waited for the Protoss to show Phoenix and then drop the Hellions in the natural. But he literally just like A-moved. And now he's like just massing Hellions. Like, this was also such an obvious shit fix. You know? We talked about the last time we checked... whose games did we look? It was Life? But we also took a look at someone else's. I can't remember. But that was like... Oh, what was his name? Byung. Or Byung. I don't know what the Terran player name was. Not Byeon. It was Byung. And he did a really, like, he did a good job of, like, selling it, that it's not really a thing. But he's doing such a terrible job. Like, this was not a thing that you do. Like, this build that he's doing, I mean, obviously I've played in HOTS. This was never a thing. So this is, like, such an obvious fucking thing. Like, the opponent is going Phoenix, and you're like, well, herp a derp, I'ma just make Hellions. Like, you know? Oh, did you see his face? He's like, ah, oh, he caught me. Dude, he's a well-practiced actor, I gotta say. Maybe he's just bad? Dude, this guy was on a professional team in Korea. What do you mean maybe he's just bad? Like, this is one of those where it's like, well, technically he's still playing and he's making things, but if Protoss moved out right now, he would have killed him. Like, right now, he would have completely killed him. Wham's here. Say hi, Wham.
Hi, everyone.
But yeah, this is, we're reacting to match fixed games.
Ooh.
Remember the scandal that happened? I've actually never looked at the game, so we're doing that now.
There are more games than life?
Oh yeah, 5 people got arrested.
Ooh.
Yeah, this guy is like the worst at match fixing. No wonder. They probably got caught because of him. Like, this is such a bad attempt to like hide it. That, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna speed through because they're literally just massing units now. I mean, I know what's gonna happen. Protoss is gonna attack him and he's gonna walk through his army. Okay, Protoss ahead in supply. 3 immortals at a time. Yikes. It's okay, guys, he's got 4 tanks. Oh wait, they hadn't engaged. Did I miss the engagement? Where? Oh, there we go. I was like, where are his Hellions? Because he had like 17 Hellions and then he had none. Okay. I mean, this move by Hero is like such a terrible move. Because he knew that they were Vikings, but he still went with the drop. Oh, there we go. Man, Hero? You guys know Hero, he still plays today. He used to play for CJantis. And Hero was like the best Protoss with Blink Stalkers. and he would always find ways. He had like the sickest timings against Tyrion and against Zerg that probably everyone hated playing against him, because he was really good at harassing people with small groups of units and stalkers and prisms and stuff like that. Okay, here comes the... I mean, he's literally just making tanks and sitting back, and that's it. Oh no. Oh no. That's 6 immortals right there. Oh, 8 immortals. Why is he sending Vikings there? See, that's a throw move. You know there's Phoenix, so those Vikings, you're like committing them to die. Like, they're not getting out of there alive, you know? Like, you're just gonna lift the tanks and that's it. That's why you didn't go mech against Protoss in Heart of the Swarm. Because, yeah, the Thors had a different attack. The tanks had less damage. Look at that. Did he even kill any supply? 194. Did he... How much supply? Protoss actually went up in supply after that fight. That's amazing. But yeah, that was one of those where it's like, he's not necessarily move commanding his army into the Protoss army, but he literally... Guys, he made Hellions only for like first 10 minutes of the game, and then he just died. Yikes. Okay, game number 1. Now this is, yeah, the second game, but it says that the whole best of 5 is like, was under investigation. So it doesn't show, or it doesn't say for which specific match he threw. Okay, let's look at this game. Okay, so he was leading 2-0 against DRG. This is Code A match 1, and I think this match was like a match to whoever wins. Basically, that's how Code S worked before. Whoever wins, you would get promoted to Code S. So 2 players are randomly matched in Code A, you play a best of 5, and then the winner gets promoted to Code S. So yeah, I'm not actually sure who wins this match in the end, but this is also one of the matches listed on Wikipedia that it was a confirmed match fix. So obviously we're not gonna watch the first 2 games because he won. So we're gonna check the games he lost. So maybe the result is actually 3-2. Maybe he went like all out and went from 2-0 into 3-2. We'll see. Match fixing is not possible to prove. Well, they caught the people organizing the match fixing. Like the team manager from Prime was organizing these matches for match fixing, and that's how they caught him. Like, they didn't look at this game and they're like, that looks like match fixing. Like, they had actual proof that there was money involved, that like money transfers. Just before the match, the betting odds for the players would like completely change. So yeah, it's not like a maybe. It was like 100% confirmed. Okay, we're gonna speed this through. So he goes CC first. Let's see. Well, actually, this match had to be match fixed because if he got paid... Okay, this match is 100% match fixed, and this is why. If he got paid to match fix, and if he's leading 2-0, then he cannot win this game. So he knows that. He knows that 100%. So this is a match fix game, for sure. Okay, let's see. I mean, so far pretty standard. Should have probably made a reactor on his factory for his starport, but there's no reactor. So maybe that's like the beginning of the throw. He's like playing a little bit sloppy, you know, no reactor. Instead of making double medevac now, he's gonna make like 1 medevac. And not even that, he's not really... Wait, what did he swap it with? Wait, was there already? Oh, there was a reactor there. Okay, my bad, I didn't see it. Okay, tech lab, very nice. I mean, so far it's looking smooth. Like, he's playing well, he's reacting, he's macroing. Pretty well, I would say. He's not throwing away the Hellions. Now the throws are gonna start happening. This is it. Now the throws. I wonder if he's like gonna lose his units. Look at this, there are 70 drones, and he's still droning. I mean, Terran should just be able to like beat him now. Like, look, there's no units. There's like 3 banelings. Just push. Oh, he's doing the same strategy that we saw Byung or Byung, I don't know. Byung do. He's over stimming. He's already stimmed twice and now he's gonna stim again probably. Oh, he won't, okay. Over stimming tactics. It's like a very subtle way to lose your game without actually doing anything wrong. Without like move commanding your units, because you're killing your own units basically. But you can always chuckle up that too, like, oh, you know, just a mistake. Look, another stim. Okay. Man, these maps are so small. Man, when I look at these old maps, they were so much better for Terran than the maps we have today. The maps we have today are usually, like, for the past 2 years, were so bad for Terran. It's actually insane. Like, it's actually absolutely insane. Because look how many siege up positions you have. Like, you can actually destroy those rocks, and then the rocks fall over. Ah, there it goes. Lose the Hellions. I mean, he's playing pretty well. TBH. Like, he got caught there, right? But he's playing pretty well overall. Like, if this wasn't confirmed by the cops and everything, by the investigation, this was a match fix. If someone showed me this game, I mean, what I'm seeing right now looks very legit. Like, sure, he got caught there a little bit, but still the splits were good. The splits are on points. On point. Yeah, the mech game was completely obvious. This one is like, you know? Oh wait, he's on 2 base. I didn't even fucking realize. In a way, that's like a good way to throw, because 2 base Terran was never really good against Zerg. I mean, maybe in like beginning on wings, but after that it was always bad against Zerg, because you can't... It's very hard to kill Zergs at a high level. And I just realized that. I was like, wait, how does he have 45 workers? So the Zerg has been 30 workers ahead like this whole time, and they're trading, but trading's not enough. That's the thing. Oh, that Baneling. Oh no, oh no. Oh, he's not splitting at all. There's the throw. Okay, there's the throw. He did not even split that. He just kind of let it happen. Maybe that's like the secret, you know, you try hard split, you do everything right, and then one time you let it, you know, and then you just chuckle it up to a mistake. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, that's literally it. If you, in HOTS, you could do these 2 base pushes, and they did work from time to time. But if you mess up once, that's it. Because the Zerg gets 2 upgrades, or at least +2 armor. And in order for this to work, you either have to be extremely cost efficient with your units by killing his units, or you have to kill the drones. There's no other way. You cannot trade with Zerg. You cannot trade units for units, because this is what happens. You just get overwhelmed. You just get absolutely shreked and overwhelmed. Okay. So that was That was game number 3, and that's the first game he threw. Now this is game 4. Now this is game 4, and this is the thing. This is what I always ask myself, right? I don't know what the result is, but let's say he was supposed to throw game number 3 specifically, right? Because you can bet on like specific player losing specific game. So let's say you bet on losing game number 3, but you still want to win the overall series, right? Imagine right now, he's like, okay, now I play serious. And then he just ends up losing 2 games in a row by like trying to win, but the opponent just plays better. Like imagine how awkward that is. Which probably happened, by the way, at some point in StarCraft II or StarCraft or any other game. Where it's like they throw, and then they're like, okay, now let's win. And then they lose because the opponent just played really, really well. Okay, now the first part is one thing we've seen from all these games. The first part is always executed really well. Doesn't matter when we watch live or Byung or now YoDa. The first part of the game, they always executed really, really well. Wait, did he lose Hellions? Yeah, he did. Dude, every time I skip, there's a battle. I don't know how that happens. Sorry about that. And the reason why I'm skipping, by the way, is because these parts where they're just like macroing, there's nothing to really talk about. So I just want to skip through like the engagements, because that's where you throw the game. Oh, those links though. See what I mean? Like right here, he looks like he's trying to win, because if you notice, another thing that these players do when they try to throw these games is they do these builds that are like yeah, I'll do damage, but they don't really attack where it's the best to attack. They kind of go the third best way, and they always don't micro at all. But here, I mean, he killed 11 drones, and that's a fuck ton of drones. And if you want to throw the game, you wouldn't do something like this, because that just makes it way more obvious if you try to throw from this point on. You know what I mean? This, by the way, is my top 3 map, King Sejong Station. I love this map. I loved this map. Okay, Banshee coming. No cloak. By the way, in HOTS, this was the meta. You would always get a Banshee and Zerg, at least one. And the reason for that is, in the early HOTS, you would always go Cloak Banshee. Wait, Don Grego is still in 2 base. Wait, what the hell? I guess he wanted to like try to come back. So you would always go a Cloak Banshee. And for that reason, the meta, as the Heart of the Storm like developed and time passed, Theron started doing like Cloakless Banshee and just one. And the reason for that is you would have the map control, so you could put the Banshee in the middle of the map and see when the Zerg is moving out, because Hydras weren't really a thing. So it was only like Mutiling Bane. So you would have map control with that one Banshee that could like scout for run-bys or kill if you're trying to get Bane busted or something like that. But the reason why it was built, not only because of that, but because the Zerg would always have to make spores. Because if they don't make, because they wouldn't know if you're going for cloak or not. So if they don't make spores and you go cloak, they lose the game. Like they just lose all the drones. So it was forcing the Zerg to make spores, which was obviously good. And it's funny because like I feel like 90% of the games from mid to end of Heart of the Swarm, people were always going Cloakless Banshee, and then you started seeing Zergs skip spores because they would be like, well, every Banshee's fake, and then the Terran goes Cloak Banshee and the Zerg just loses the game. And this actually happened quite a lot towards the end because Zergs just got so greedy. But what I'm seeing right now is like all the decisions he's making, he very much looks like he's trying hard to win. Like, this does not look like a throw in any way. Like, he's making Thors. He did a lot of damage. He killed, like, what, 11, 12 drones. The Zerg third was super late. He's doubling down on missile turrets. Like, he does not want to take any damage. So I actually think that this game, he was supposed to throw game number 3, but I don't think he was supposed to throw this game. If he loses this game, I think he actually lost the game. And that's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, like, he's doing all the right moves. He's still getting Banshees, which was somewhat common in Heart of the Swarm. Not too much, but it was common. He's got enough Thors to defend Mutas. He's making siege tanks. Upgrades are on time. Like, everything's looking pretty good. So it'd be pretty funny if he's like super tryharding to win and then fucking DRG just beats him anyway. 87 drones. Like, look, Thor in position. So he's not even like leaving anything to on its own. He's scouting. Oof, I don't know about that triple scan. Wait, what upgrade is that? Oh, wait a minute. Wait, is that the upgrade to make your locusts last longer? Wait, I don't remember this icon at all. I think it was. Like, he's so far ahead. How did he lose this? months. Okay, another thing, Thors back then actually had a lower splash radius than Thors now. So you could actually magic box the Thors, which means you wouldn't auto attack on the Thors. You would move command over the Thors, hit hold position, and the mutas would kind of spread. And then you could kill Thors very easily. And this was very common. Okay, there it is. Look what he's gonna do now. Look, move command. Move command. And then you just let your mutas do the work. And he has +1 on these mutas. I actually don't think this was supposed to be a throw. I think he for sure played this serious. Because I played a lot of mech in Heart of the Swarm, and I wouldn't say he did necessarily anything wrong in this game. Like, he insta-reacted with, like, more Thor production the moment that he saw the mutas. He's making more turrets. That's really... You know what's really gonna be fucking funny? If he actually lost this series 3-2. Like, I don't think this is a match... If this is a match fix, this is, like, perfect. Because there's no inkling of, like, him playing bad somewhere. Yeah, he's just gonna lose here. I mean, he has 30 workers. I mean, Banshees, sure, but a little bit too late for that. Okay, let's look at the ending. See, Magic Box, see, he moves above the Thors, and then he lets the mutas, and then you auto-attack with mutas onto the specific Thor. Ah, the old Swarm hosts. Good times. I actually preferred these Swarm hosts way more than the Swarm hosts today. I would have just increased their cooldown on the Swarm hosts, but I thought these ones were better. Or more entertaining. Okay. And this is game number 5 in this whole best of 5. Look at that proxy. Oh yeah, this used to be a thing. You would go like proxy 1 Rax Reaper. Not like proxy 3 racks. I think proxy 2 racks... No, it wasn't a thing. So back then, Reapers didn't Wait, did they regenerate health? I actually don't remember if Reapers regenerated health in HOTS. I guess we'll see now. But I do know they did more damage on auto attack, and they did. Oh, they do regen. Okay, and they didn't have KDA charge, so they didn't have the little bombs that drop. How are they more entertaining? I just think that there was. So obviously they're a lot different, the Swarm hosts now and before, because the Swarm hosts that we have now, it feels like once they start going, there's no counterplay. Because they can go like above cliffs, above mountains, above whatever, above obstacles, and it makes it hard to defend them. The only way to defend them is to actually go where the Nidus is, and then prevent the Niduses. But you can't really deal well with the locusts themselves, especially if you're Protoss. But these locusts, you could kite them. So for example, if you were a Protoss, you could kite them with Colossus, you could force field them off. And obviously that's not a solution, you gotta kill the swarm host eventually. But I feel like it was more back and forth and more defendable in a way. It wasn't as snowball as the swarm hosts these days, because I feel like swarm hosts these days are too cost efficient. And if you were Terran, like you would just add more siege things and hold the line. While these days it's like it doesn't matter what you make. If you get a little bit behind on start and they start making swarm hosts and you're going mech, there's no way for you to go out and kill the swarm host. You just keep taking damage over and over, and you cannot trade in any way positive. Like you cannot kill locusts without losing anything. You always lose something. That's why I think it was kind of. So the point of that is they shouldn't be able to fly. I mean, I don't mind them flying, but they fly and they also do, like, swarm or locusts have insane DPS right now. And I think if they did less damage so that they're more harassment based, it would have been fine. But this is specifically a problem more so for Protoss. Like when Protoss gets swarm hosts on his units, like you can literally kill half of their army. Okay, now I'm gonna pay attention to this game because things are heating up. Is he gonna go 2 base meta again? 2 base meta was also common, by the way, in yeah, he will, in Heart of the Swarm, and also DRG was like super known, or not super known, but he was known for mutas, Mutaling Bane, Scan, Seize the Spire, Busted. People only made 4 queens. That's funny. Oh, this was a build and a half. See, the Hellbat build started a long time ago. You dropped the 4 Hellions and you turned them into Hellbats. They have Viking value. Oh, he's gonna do it again. Oh, wait, he has 1,000 minerals? That's a lot of minerals. I mean, maybe he was just like busy micring? The execution itself for back then was fine. Like, I wouldn't look at that execution and be like, yeah, that's suspicious. You know, it was okay. People weren't like insanely good. He did what you're supposed to when you did his drops. You morph them into Hellbats and you run into the mineral line straight away to try and kill some drones. And if the links surround you, you just kill drones and links at the same time. Alright, I mean, he's making Thor, he's making Vikings again, so it's all looking pretty good. He's making more factories. I mean, again, it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna speed up a little bit. Since, yeah, the mutas are probably gonna just fly around and pick up things here and there. Nothing too serious. Okay, scans. Look at that creep spread. Creep spread. See, guys, this is the time where the Zergs had to know how to play the game, and you couldn't stack injects. So this kind of creep spread was a lot more impressive. And also rapid fire wasn't as popular. It was used, but it wasn't as popular. You're saying Wings was more a strategy, and so what would you add to all three races to add more fun value? I would give them back the fun abilities. That's what. Give back the Raven Seeker missiles. They don't need to do 120 damage, but give them Seeker missiles back. I would make Ghosts a little bit more dangerous. I would make Void Rays buffed somehow. Maybe give them the Wings of Liberty ability where they're like charging up and then they do insane damage. I would give Thor's back the ability, the 250mm cannon. What else? What else? I would revert to old Swarm hosts. Wow, look at this. See, I don't think this is a thrown game because he learned from his mistakes from game 3, and this time he's like making sure he's not dying to mutas. Like, he's making sure. Look how many turrets he's making Thors. And also, the really common strategy back then was like mutas like this, and then you go into Swarm hosts. Jesus, 92 drones. So yeah, I think that Blizzard, for the sake of retaining balance, nerfed a lot of the fun out of StarCraft. That's the big issue. Obviously, you want to nerf what's super OP, but you want to nerf it so that it's not as powerful but still usable. But most of the nerfs we saw just made that nerfed unit complete trash, and that's an issue. I mean, there's probably more things that I wish was back. I'm not sure what was changed over time for Protoss. I'm trying to think. Because Protoss units were, I mean, they didn't really... Oh, I would bring Mothership Core back. I think Mothership Core, as annoying as it was more entertaining to watch and play against than Shield Batters. Shield Batters are just boring. You know, they're just there. They're not... Players don't use them. They're just, like, automatic. And, yeah. See, this is the thing. Swarm hosts in here were really good if you didn't have tanks. You know? I do think that Swarm host, like, cooldown on the Locust was insanely fast. I mean, look, there's already another wave, right? It's extremely fast. But if they increase that for like to like 10 more seconds, then I think the old Swarm host is way better than this one. Yeah, and it was autocast as well, yeah. So they could make it, increase it by 10 seconds and not make it autocast. Or make it not autocast. That's the thing, like, and I feel like a lot of companies do that these days, gaming companies. They try to balance their games too much. I do agree that the game should be balanced, but if it makes sense, you should balance it in a fun way. If you balance it just so there's like exactly the same win percentage for everyone, then that's not good, I think. See, like, he just killed all the Swarm hosts with just siege tanks. But yeah, to go back on the whole match fixing thing, I don't think he wanted to lose this game, boys. Like, this is way too try hard of a play from him, and he's playing super safe. Like, I've had a lot of games like these. This is like how you played when you wanted to win, right? This is not I'm not looking at this and I'm like, you know, he's wasting stuff. Like, even the Hellions, he's microing every single one of them until they die. Which is actually pretty fucking hilarious. So he threw game number 3. And then he's been trying to win the past 2 games. So he was 2-0 up. He threw game number 3 for 2-1. And now he's probably going to lose 3-2. Or he lost 3-2. And also these locusts are more Zergy. Which I also appreciated. Okay, I'm not gonna watch the whole game. You guys can always watch on YouTube if you're interested. Oh, look at those beach balls. See, infestors back then were good. But in order to cast your abilities, you actually needed to go in siege tank range so you can actually fucking kill them. If you target fire them. If you don't target fire them, then yeah. Okay, let's see how it ends. Maybe he wins actually, I don't know. Oh, wait a minute, does he win? Dude, the old Ravens, man, when Terran was good. With the auto turds that lasted like 3 minutes. What was it, like 2 minutes, 3 minutes? And also with PDDs that lasted like 3 minutes as well. Man, those were the times. Those were the times. Wait, maybe he actually wins. This map was really good for Terran if you managed to split the map. Because the last mining base is the gold on the middle, like on the 9 o'clock. And if you manage to split the map, you slowly inch forward with tanks and you just get it. And you have whole base compared to the Zerg. Whole base extra, I mean. Yeah, the Zerg is looking pretty dead. Like, he's just pushing the... He's just pushing the swarm hose back. Man, those lings got melted. Okay, so he did win in the end. Luckily for him. Man, this is the real mech, boys. Not this battle mech shit. This is the real mech. Like, you have an army that's mechanical and it's just bulldozing forward. That's mech. Not this crap with Cyclone Hellion that we see these days. Ravens, baby. I miss the old mech. That's the old mech, boys. What mech was supposed to be, this strong ass thing that would slowly push across the map and you would need to dislodge it or do something to beat it. And not now, you fungal the Cyclones once and the whole fucking Terran army falls apart like it's made out of crap. How's that mech? Mech's supposed to be like tough to kill. The Cyclone Hellion is a joke. Yep, Zerg is pretty dead, boys. Zerg is pretty dead. Man, seeing these tanks move out like this with the Ravens makes me want to play Heart of the Swarm. Bring back the old Ravens. Do you switch race because of that? I mean, I made a long ass video regarding that. Why I switched and why I'm not playing Terran anymore, like mainly and stuff, but... Terran's just not fun anymore. Terran used to be so fun. Now it's just not. That's the problem with Terran. Not saying it's bad, not saying it's good, but back then it was fun. And for me now, Terran is just like... Back when Rulers stopped mech. Well, the thing is, there was a counterplay back then for both sides. Like, you had Broodlords, and then you had Raven Viking, which was good against Broodlords. But, hey. Okay, well, those were the games we just saw. Are YoDa's throws for money. I mean, the throws are pretty obvious when you kind of take a look at them specifically and you see like what happened and why he did certain things. And like you see the game that he threw, which was like super like yikes, he's obviously not playing well at all. And then the other games are like everything's on point. And same thing happened with life. Are you too much sentimental for old times? No, not at all. Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, let me know what you would like to see next. And I'll see you guys on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be heading offline as well.